what we're talking about. And we're back. Man Cave Media
Bam.
Show. Bam, just like that. That's how we roll. We're gonna get into a little Giants Dodgers update, I guess. Just to give you guys an update on what's going on.
Wait, hold on. Let's go. I just off topic. I don't know why.
Okay.
Our last sponsor, Love to Gamble. So, what are your gambling games? If you have a choice, if we go to casino.
Football.
Yeah. No, well, okay. Well,
yeah.
I mean, if you go to a casino and gamble.
Blackjack or poker?
Blackjack.
Blackjack? I suck at blackjack. I'm a roulette guy.
Roulette?
I love roulette.
I wouldn't. I don't think I have enough options to win. It feels like it's too much of a luck deal versus
I love it.
me having control of the cards.
But I haven't done it in a long time. I lost a lot of money really fast one time.
Yeah, that happens too.
How the hell does red hit 12 times in a row? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That's because you're betting it.
Yeah, I was pissed, dude. I was
12 times
cussing
in
and
a row.
screaming by the time they dragged me out of there. I was mad.
Dragged you out of there.
Yeah, I was pissed. Because I kept wanting to stay. I was like, I got to get my money back. And they're like, nope, let's go.
Dang.
I'm done.
So let's get a Giants Dodgers.
Giants Dodgers update. Bottom of the fifth, 3-0 Giants. You got
Still.
Kane on the hill.
Who's he pitching against?
Caparano.
Oh my God.
okay.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kane's got that win.
So it
sweep,
looks like
second sweep of the year.
Yeah.
Sweep.
Well, they've swept each other.
Yeah, now it's time for the Giants to return the favor.
You know what a sweep means in baseball? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing, because there's like
Absolutely
there's
nothing.
2,000 games.
Yeah,
a season.
exactly. It's 3 games. It's 3 games out of 162.
Yeah, it doesn't make a
Everybody's
difference.
you're gonna hear so much about around the Bay, like, oh, we swept them twice. Who cares?
Yeah.
We care.
Doesn't matter. It's
No.
3 games. It's 3 games.
When the Dodgers are in the
It's a great
playoffs,
rivalry.
when the
3
Dodgers are in the
games.
playoffs and the Giants are sitting at home, Timmy's smoking a joint somewhere, then it won't matter. Right?
Nobody will be watching baseball.
I think Timmy stopped smoking. That's why he sucks this year.
Oh, he was good last
They
night.
gotta let him smoke again.
He was doing good last night. So let's get into our revisit our weekend sports and page 2 news brought to you by whyesiwould.com. Need a laugh? Visit whyesiwould.com for caption humor that's guaranteed to make you laugh. whyesiwould.com.
I actually checked this out during the break. It's pretty freaking funny.
Yeah. So what's going on with the Jets, man? I mean, they haven't scored an offensive touchdown or a touchdown period in the preseason. Tim Tebow can't make a. How can you overthrow a screen? How can you underthrow
happens.
a screen?
It happens. It happens a lot. Alex Smith had that problem a lot. So it happens.
I will not
understandable.
go there.
It's
I want to
understandable.
go there. No.
It's
You can't
understandable.
underthrow a screen with no pressure.
It's
That
understandable.
doesn't make any sense.
Understandable.
No, it's
For
not.
whatever reason, a lot of quarterbacks got a problem making that short throw.
So
Hey.
you're defending Tim Tebow by default of Alex Smith.
I'm defending Tim Tebow, the fact that I would pick him over Sanchez to play.
He
can't be much
If they change the
worse.
system,
He can't be much worse, and he
Yeah.
could run. Sanchez
Yeah.
can't throw, and he can't run.
Yeah. Well, Tim Tebow can't throw, but he can run. So I get there. I get you.
What you say?
Tebow.
See?
Sanchez hasn't been able to do it.
Thank you.
For how many years?
Well, I mean, he did take him to the AFC Championship game. 2
When?
years in
How-
a
that was like
row.
two-
It was 2
4
years ago.
No, it was what?
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
What year is he in now? Isn't he in his fourth?
His fourth year. So
that was his
2
first
years.
and first 2 years.
Yeah,
okay.
first 2 years.
Yeah,
he took
give me
him.
a memorable game in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
That's true.
That you're not like,
Exactly.
really?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I still have a hard time putting a running back at quarterback. I just don't. To me, a quarterback has to have a threat somehow to throw the ball. I mean, right? It has to be a threat in your mind, right? That's why you have a quarterback.
So all he can do is run. That's it.
And throw a pass on point maybe once every.
So he should be pretty easy to defend then, right? I mean, if he's majority running, right?
Don't bring up last season.
He knows where I'm going with it.
No, yeah, I know
You know where I'm
exactly
going
you're
with it.
going with it.
How'd your Raiders do against the run-only quarterback?
Hey, they beat
Shredded
7
it.
other teams that year too.
Shredded.
They beat 7 other teams.
He won
that year,
7
too.
out of his first 8 games. I don't know how anybody can knock him for that.
That's true. Like, he does win. He is a nice guy. Maybe we should back up off him a
Oh,
little bit.
goes back to our stat talk. See, stats don't mean anything. He's winning games.
That's true.
Winning games. Oh,
That's
but
true.
when it comes to Alex Smith, then it's all about stats, huh?
No, it's not all about sack. We had a conversation last week, if you guys remember. We were talking about last 5 quarterbacks who won the Super Bowl, because we're talking about a transition the NFL's made from a running back needing to win. Now you have to have a quarterback. And I named off the last 5 quarterbacks that won the Super Bowl, and then I put Alex Smith behind it. It just didn't make sense
13 wins.
That's all.
14
It
wins,
just makes
actually,
sense.
last year. 14 wins.
if you count the playoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So now we have a new LeBron X sneaker or LeBron 10, however you want to pronounce it, that's released. Rumored to be $315 to buy this sneaker. It apparently has a sensor in it. You can download information about how high you jumped. My only problem with this, I have a couple problems, but my major problem, kids in not so great areas who are going to buy these sneakers, the days of if I wear these Jordans, is somebody going to take them from me? Those days are going to be there again. I mean, $315. If a guy's coming home from school,
I'd rather
on the bus,
rob somebody than pay $300.
There you
for
go.
them. It's
There you
ridiculous.
go.
But you can get the basic brand or the basic shoe for $180, and then $350 you get the sensor. So
Yeah.
not
Are you
everybody's
serious?
getting that sensor.
So
But
120,
the Nike Plus-
120 for a Nike Plus
180.
sensor, or what?
Oh yeah.
One-
If you add it on top.
Yeah, but
That's
it has
insane.
gold.
So I can know how high
Apparently,
I
it has like gold things laced in it, so somebody can tell the difference. Like when you're walking down the street, I'm not one of those guys that's walking down the street and see another guy with Jordans. I recognize a Jordan, but I can't tell you if that's 12
Right.
versus
A
15.
shoenista.
Yeah, I can't
Yes.
do that. But there's people out here that will pay that extra $200 just to say that.
Oh, just to say they have
Yeah.
them.
Wait, so since we're talking about shoes, this is probably your topic, Patricia.
I don't know.
Would you?
I am
sure,
in the man cave.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
sure you paid over $300 for some shoes, right?
Maybe.
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 So
see,
maybe.
just-
So yeah.
I can flat out tell you, I've never,
Yeah.
maybe
I'll
like
be-
$100.
I'll pay $300 to go see the Giants behind home plate before
See?
I buy a pair of shoes.
Oh, see, that's
There you
why
go.
you're working
That's
right
why you're
here.
here. That's why you're
and I
there.
love baseball.
There you go.
You can't win them all, you know.
So, do you think that's too much money? And what do you think? You think it's LeBron's fault or the companies? Or
First of all, looking at the shoes,
okay?
I don't think they look good anyways.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's LeBron's name, but honestly, other than a sensor, I don't see why the hell they would cost that much. Like me, I'm a Jordan fan. The Jordan 11s, you know, the patent leather, those shoes look good to me. That's the only reason I would pay the money for them. I mean, there's a bunch of Jordans that came out that I thought were hideous that
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay the money for. Just I'm not one of those people that has to have them just because they're Jordans.
Yeah.
And there's some people out there that gotta have these just because they're LeBrons. For $300, I'm sorry, I got 100 other things I could spend $300
Yeah,
on, and some shoes that are gonna get scuffed up.
I totally agree. And I have a kid now. I mean, if my kid was older and he come to me asking for the shoes, I do the same thing my mom did when I went to her to ask her for my first pair of Jordans, to get a job. I went in, and what did I do? I went out there and got a job. I was one of those people holding signs pointing to new homes.
Do you have kids? I've never
No,
asked. No
no,
kids?
no.
So if you did and they wanted the shoes, what would you do?
I'd probably buy them.
You would?
Really?
Well,
If you had 2 kids.
No, I wouldn't raise a kid to want those shoes. How about that?
There you go. Smart.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. See?
Yeah.
But if you're gonna raise a sports fan, he's gonna want them.
He's gonna want those shoes. What if those were Tim Lincecum $300 shoes?
We buy them.
Oh, see?
We take a family
They come with
portrait
weed.
with them.
They come with weed in them because I'm not paying.
Weed in 'em.
Better be able to smoke those shoes. 'cause
Christmas
paying
card.
$300 for
All
no
of us
cleats.
have had the Timmy shoe on.
So since
Couldn't do
we
it.
made the
Couldn't do
segue
it.
into baseball, Roger Clemens is eyeing a comeback. Rumored to eye a comeback into the Major League Baseball.
God.
He's going to play for an independent team out in Houston. If that start goes well, he can come into MLB. What are your thoughts on it?
He says he's just playing to have fun,
Yeah,
but he did hit 2 home runs.
He hit 2 home.
Uh-huh.
really?
damn.
And he ran the bases, and they said, you don't have to run the bases in this league because we're too old.
So what is it like
It's
a
like a little
a
independent
softball league.
Yeah.
like a soft okay like
Yeah.
a softball type league? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I
They're
didn't.
called like the Skeeters or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Sugarland Skeeters.
Sugarland Skeeters in Houston.
I'm all for him doing whatever he wants to do, but my only problem is I'm against him actually returning to the majors because he's got off scot-free. You got past this whole steroid thing. You made it. You got cleared. Don't put yourself in a position where it might come up again. Because let's say he comes back and he does play well. You think people are going to believe that he's
Yeah.
he's
No,
pitching all
Well,
natural?
This is what I think. All right, coming up on the ballot that he's on, you have Roger Clemens, Sammy Sosa, and was it Barry Bonds?
He's a shoo-in.
And you have and who is somebody else? It might be the guy from
Ryan?
Cards. Can't think of his name. He played with the A's too. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, it's those 4 on the ballot, right? So I don't think he wants to be on that ballot. I don't think anyone on that ballot is probably going to make it in. If it was up to me, I vote all those guys, and they all deserve to be in. If you played in the era of steroids, that's just the era. You know what I mean?
Good point.
So they all need to be in. But I think he's just playing to reset his clock, so he's not on that ballot with all those guys.
Well, no, and that's one reason I didn't want him to join either, because if he does come back, even for a season, he has to wait 5 more years to get back on.
Exactly. That's the key. And I think that's what he's doing. Smart move by the guy. I mean, he's innocent to proven guilty, right? This is America. We're not third world
if
here.
those players don't get in, they're going to be on the ballot whenever he does come up. So if
that's
I
true.
mean, people were against Bonds being in. I don't know why. All right, wait, so you're a Giants fan. You're anti-PED, but
I don't really honestly pay a lot of attention to the Hall of Fame stuff, but he has a good point. I mean, they played in that era, let him in. But God, the drama.
So, baseball needs to embrace that era.
But the era's not over. People keep talking about steroid era like it's not.
Well, I
we
mean,
just saw
no,
this
we're
week.
not.
It's
I mean,
not
we're
over.
seeing
It's just gotten better.
Yeah. I think it's not as heavy as it used to be, because look at all the no hitters that we're seeing now. Maybe now, like the pitchers now, they need to start testing the pitchers now more or something.
We'll see. When they were talking about Milky, they said that he was using a cream and the only reason he got caught is because he got lazy and stupid. Because the cream, apparently, you put it on, and if he were to wake up at midnight every day, put it on, by morning time, it would be out of his system. If he got tested come morning time,
so he was
wouldn't do it.
only using it to recover.
Yeah, but that's what everybody,
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a big advantage. If you're healing faster than other players,
That's true.
you're back to normal status.
Yeah.
When they're still icing down or whatever.
That's
Is it
true.
a healing cream?
No,
a
it's
lot of hormone creams are a cream. Period.
Yeah.
So it is, but maybe I don't know.
I want to say like
think
amped up Ben Gay or something.
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
icing out.
exactly. But I think that they need to look at, because it does put a synthetic steroid in your system.
Oh, yeah.
They need to differentiate these maybe synthetic steroids. If it's gonna help a player play 182,000 games a season that you guys put in front of them, why not? I think they need to do something with that in football too. If guys are dying at the age of 55, after they're a running back for 10 years, maybe.
But see, football's understandable. Like
I mean,
all these injuries and everything in baseball, it's just honestly pure laziness. Like
Yeah.
the hamstring injury is the most irritating injury to me in baseball, because you
That
have
guy's
nothing to
squatting
do.
for 3 hours.
Yeah, but you can stretch in between innings.
Hey, Matt
you
Kemp is
have
one of the
time.
most healthiest people I know. He got hamstring.
But everybody, Posey has a hamstring
Yeah.
problem today. Like everybody, that's always a majority. Why? Because they're drinking, eating, whatever,
Eating
playing
wrong,
video
not
games
hydrating.
not hydrating, and then they got to run all of a sudden sprint 90 feet,
Yeah.
and then you pull a hammy. That's
exactly
how you do it.
Yeah, exactly. So let's jump into a little bit of basketball. Now, the Mavericks owner came out and came out on a Dallas show, no less, and talked about Jason Kidd and Kobe Bryant, and pretty much ripping everybody, putting everybody under the bus for an hour. So he said Jason Kidd,
He can do that. He's a billionaire.
Yeah, I guess. But for him to say that Jason Kidd is not a man, didn't went back on his promise and all this stuff, for him to blast him like that, I think it was out of line a little bit.
What do you think?
I like them to keep the business to the business. Him and the Jaguars owner just crying.
That's
Keep
another
your
one.
business.
That's another one.
But that was business. That was a player that was even worked out a deal. Like the deal was.
No, I understand that.
They kind of had a verbal, I guess, I want to say handshake on it, but
yeah, a verbal. But
And then he skipped
I
out.
understand where she's coming from. It's like
But
stuff
you want to
happens.
hear an hour of billionaire bitching about didn't get
A player.
a player,
Yeah.
and then churning. I don't know. It's
Boo hoo's
just
still
It's-
eating steak. He's
On
still
your
eating like
private
porterhouse.
jet.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, on a private jet flying back to
but
Miami that
but
night.
that's his business. Like his team would be better
That's true.
with Jason
But
Kidd.
he's kind of like a baby about
Don't get me
it.
wrong. Yeah, I mean,
So yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, the guy made a deal with the Knicks and didn't tell him and shook his hand or whatever he did.
but are you guys surprised by? I mean,
Mark
Cuban.
acting? No.
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
Mark Cuban.
Cuban's known for doing deals like that.
I actually like that he came out and said, no, I wouldn't put him up.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I mean, it might be childish, whatever. I'd be the same way. I'd be like,
True.
I invest all this money in you, build a contender,
Probably
and you
a
just
little
bounce out.
Yeah.
To go to the Knicks? Come on now. Are they going to
Yeah.
be better?
And to come off the bench, no less.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to go to the Knicks? I mean, come on now.
Play behind Felton.
I'll still even with Kidd over there, I'll still take the Mavericks over the Knicks right now.
Yeah. He also talked about Kobe Bryant. What was it, in 09 or 07? Was it
I don't know what
09?
he said about that. I didn't catch that part. What was that?
Yeah,
thought it
he
was
said
09.
that he traded. He was Dancing with the Stars, and he was practicing. And it was a moment where he was in the middle of practicing, talking to Mitch Kupchak and Bus, where he thought he had Kobe Bryant.
He's stupid then.
Yeah, he thought. Yeah.
Well,
So
that's dumb.
I guess they had a verbal
That is-
agreement there too.
That's just dumb.
That they went back on.
I'm sorry. That's no. That,
But and he said the deal didn't include Nowitzki, so it would have been Kobe in his prime with Nowitzki in his prime. I wonder what that would have turned out to be.
then he's on drugs if he thought that he was going to get Kobe without giving up
He
dirt.
used to walk around with paperwork.
He had,
Yeah.
no,
Except all
he had
this verbal
nobody.
stuff.
He had nobody.
Hey, he was in Dancing with the Stars. He was running about the hot chick he was rubbing up against.
He
for
had
a season.
nobody. Yeah, his blood wasn't in his head because
Yeah,
he was
that-
not thinking straight. I'm sorry. That was terrible.
Update 4-0.
Oh
Damn.
my God, dude.
You know.
So the Dodgers look like they're going to be, 2.5 games back?
Yep.
With 100 games to go.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So,
a close one.
we'll be
Dead
okay.
Dead heat in the end
We'll be
here.
okay. We'll be okay.
One good week, and they're back on top.
So coming up next, we got the pulse of the Raider Nation and the pulse of the 49er Nation. Coming up next
Ooh, I got
on the
backup
Man
today, too.
Cave Sport Show.
And themancavemag.com.
Oh yeah, boom.
We wear that shit cause the fat mouth flocking here and lick. Fucking around with them white chicks. Bust them down, flip a brick. Roger that. You know y'all in Vegas blowing hella racks. Presidential suite you can't handle.
Life's filled with choices, but some choices that we make can cost us our very lives, make us lose faith. In that guy with sits high in the sky, viewing the evils of this world, he take his time to reply. People worship themselves, even praise their own thoughts. Such an independent mind, there's no need for a boss. While I look to my Lord and I carry the cross in church every Sunday, so they claiming I'm soft. I'm like, you really tough, guys, if it's still on your waist, make you appear to be bigger, guess it gave you some weight. Got a clever disguise and you claim to be wise. Poker face, foolish mind, plus you slimmer than fries. Why be somebody else? It's hard enough being you. Learn to focus on yourself, be sure to stick to your roots. Am I there for your enemy? Cause I tell you the truth. Get some knowledge, have some wisdom, let it do what it do. It's gotta be.
Cardinals.
I rep the gang, bitch. I rep the gang, bitch. F, and you know that's to the grave, bitch. I rep the gang, bitch. I rep the gang, bitch. F, and you know that's to the grave, bitch.
Man Cave Media Show, Sports Show. Brian Rose, Abel Tovar, and Trisha
Callahan, buddy.
Sorry, Clanahan.
Callahan. Say it.
I said it. But,
Say it right.
I'm
Who
just
am
making
I?
sure that you're paying attention.
We don't say Brian Rossi.
Right. Hey, that'd be tight, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like Rick Ross, you know, just
With the
flip it
rosé.
up a little bit. So we're going to get into some local sports with the Raiders. Play. Their last game was okay. Palmer still threw.
Was it okay?
You know,
was it okay? What's your definition of okay?
Let me tell you how the day went. Their defense looked pretty good, right?
Really?
Yeah, they did, actually.
Did it?
Yeah.
Starters.
Yeah, you didn't see all the sacks we're getting?
I saw the score at halftime. That's what I saw.
And then I'm watching the game. We get the ball. Palmer throws an interception. And I'm like, the first thing that pops in my head, Abel, right?
Bam.
So Abel pops in
He's
my
right
head.
again.
And so I was like, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with him right now. I'm not going to text him. I hope he doesn't text
I
me.
was going to text.
10 seconds go by. I'm on Facebook. He already has 14 posts about that interception.
What? I just like being right. I've said it since last year. He's an INT machine.
Now, and also, he had to address the media, and the media is getting on him now, which is good because he has to address what's going on. I mean, those passes that you're throwing, they shouldn't be thrown, and he's saying he's still learning the offense. That's
Good luck with that thing.
And Matt Lowner stepped in there and moved the ball. Hey, they're not long passes, but they're moving the ball, kind of like what he did in SC. I think this is a bold statement here, yeah, and a lot of Raider fans will probably disagree with me, but Matt Lowner probably needs to start. We need to swallow the fact that we traded away the farm to get this guy mid-season because Campbell went down, and just start fresh with Matt Lowner.
You see how Campbell did in his game this week?
He looked terrible.
Campble?
Actually, no.
No, he did good.
In the Bears.
Yeah,
That's right.
he did
was
good.
okay. Yeah,
he did good.
Yeah,
He did better than any quarterback you guys got on the roster. Anyone.
And I don't. Hey, he went down. The Raiders were in the playoff hunt. I understand they had to do something, but they didn't have to give away the farm. But you couldn't play Boulder. That was for sure.
Oh yeah,
We couldn't play.
The season ended either way.
Yeah, that's true though, and we would have had a better draft.
Yep.
Yeah. It hurts. Are we gonna make the playoffs? It all depends on if Peyton Manning can stay healthy. But it's not looking good. It's not. Our defense looks better than it did last year. That's for sure.
No,
what are you saying? Our first team defense looked amazing.
No, it didn't. The score was 24-8 at half. That was first team defense.
They got all right. They
that was first team defense.
They threw an interception in their side of the field. They blocked They blocked the punt. So that's 2 touchdowns right there. So yeah, I understand the score, but our defense did what they were supposed to do. It's not like they were driving the ball. And Kelly was getting.
Yeah, and because you guys were playing against Cobb. He sucks.
Yeah, he does. And
Skelton got in there and boom.
Yeah, Skelton got
touchdown.
in there and did move the ball. But what Kelly said about Cobb, talking about how he looked scared, he could see it in his eyes and stuff like that. And that just echoes what people were saying last season. So I think they're really going to have to step away from
But you see what he said about Tom Kelly?
No, he didn't. What did he say?
He said he doesn't know what he's talking about. He just said he's pretty much called him ignorant.
He's not the first player to say that. Last year, a couple players said it.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
So do I have faith in the Raiders this year? It's Raider Nation always. But are we going to make the playoffs? Like I said, it all depends on how bad the other teams in the division are going to do. Because I don't think we're going to win more than 9 games is pushing. 8 games is the same as last year.
You're ridiculous. Trish, what do you think?
Interceptions?
Thank you. That's all you got to say.
I know. It's hard. I know.
That's all you got to say.
I know. And I can't defend it because a guy's doing it week after week. What can you say? You can't defend it anymore.
But you're saying you want to see Leinart, so.
I do. I want to see Leinart in there.
Wow. It's gotten that bad?
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I say throw Pryor in. I mean, like I said,
that's
he's
a
Tebow type. Maybe he can't throw as well, but at least he could run.
Yeah.
Leinart, come on now. He's had how many chances has he had?
Yeah, he's not going to run.
He's not
going to run, but I think he'll do okay. He won't. I'll tell you this much: he won't overthrow a receiver in the middle of the field to a receiver that's double covered under and above. He won't do that.
It's because Leinart won't throw a pass longer than 20 yards. He won't.
He won't. He won't. But he won't throw an interception.
By all means, whatever makes you guys worse, I'm all for it. Go ahead.
So what about your 40? What about?
I am a Raider hater. I don't hide it. I'm proud of it. Like I say, I don't know if it makes me happier to see the 49ers win or see the Raiders lose. I don't know which one it is. I get pleasure.
To me, I'm the same way, but your losing didn't happen too much last year.
Exactly. See,
I will tell you this much about the 49ers that did kind of turn me around toward the end of the season. Harbaugh has some kind of magnetism that affects you, even when even when I'm not a fan, but just listening to him talk, you could tell he's a coach. And I used to play football, a person I love to play for.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's one thing that does kind of gravitate towards that team a little bit. So it does make me happy when they lose, but I don't dislike to see them win. Does that make sense?
Yes.
No.
How do you feel when they lose? When
the Raiders lose?
Don't even watch them.
Who Raiders or? Oh yeah, well, see, yeah, exactly. See,
we did sell out every game last year, Abel. How about that?
Come on, now they had to extend the deadline like 3 times for you guys.
Extended or not, we sold out.
And give 2-for-1 tickets.
Yeah,
hey, they gave out 2-for-1 Niner. No, not last year. The year before last they did. Yeah, okay. But who was going then? Yeah. So for the 49ers, their offense slowed down a little bit. Slowed down just a little bit, about a half cup.
That's because we have issues on the front line.
Yeah.
Alex Boone, even though he's 6'8", 350 pounds or whatever, that's too tall for a lineman. He can't get low enough, and he's getting beat. I mean, he's just. I saw a couple plays. I broke him down, and he just kind of gets lost out there. He doesn't know who to pick up on a blitz. All 4 linemen were engaged, and he was just kind of out by himself. He didn't know who to jump on, and he actually made the wrong choice once he did, and it got Alex sacked.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same. Is Alex Smith? That's going to be your question. It's going to be your lineman. Can you protect Alex Smith, and can Alex Smith win games for you?
It's going to be
That's going to be your question.
It's not Alex.
That's going to be your question all season.
An unbiased opinion here, Trisha.
Unbiased.
Trisha, what do you think about
the
Niners? About the Niners.
Unbiased.
She had nothing else to wear. That's just.
Okay. You just gave it to him.
See, there you go. See.
Okay, I understand. Of course, you haven't gone to the Super Bowl, right?
Of course, but it's not even the regular season yet. I mean.
True.
A lot can happen. But
A lot can happen. That's why it's so hard for me to get into preseason.
really? So you don't watch any of it?
No,
you
I
don't
watch
watch
it.
Niners?
Oh, of course I watch the Niners, but I
Okay.
was on vacation this weekend.
Oh.
I mean, not to make
Understandable.
excuses, but
Understandable. But
Yeah, so
wherever
everybody
they
needs
had, I'm
vacation.
sure they had TVs out there, so it's not that good of an excuse. Hey, I hold Niner fans to a high standard. Y'all better be at the games and watching
I
it.
understand. I understand that.
Trust me.
I understand that.
But yeah, you guys, you have upgraded your weapons on offense. Defense, you didn't have to upgrade anything. Everybody pretty much stayed. But I think your weaknesses, we're gonna see how much you guys can max them throughout the season. Can you mask having a weak right side? Can you mask? I don't think your cornerbacks are that good in man. Can you mask the cornerbacks and play some zone more? Those are your two weaknesses. If people can take advantage of them,
I don't
then
see that.
that's it.
I think the line, offensively, defensively, honestly, I don't see we have any weaknesses because if we do have a weakness, it's not a weakness. It's a circumstance. If like right now, how Alden Smith and Brooks are hurt, that's the only reason that it'll expose our secondaries because there's no pass rush.
Yeah.
So if they come back healthy and everybody's playing good, I mean, because we're
He
gonna
locks
put
down that left side too.
yeah, we're gonna put pressure. I mean, Justin Smith's gonna put pressure. He's just gonna bull rush his guy into the quarterback all the time.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be pressure on him. Our secondary is pretty good. The question I have in secondary is if Deshaun or Whitner goes down. The backups, they're rookies and they're undrafted.
Yeah.
They're unproven. So that would be the only, I want to say weakness there is the depth there. But the big screaming problem is
It's
the right side.
Yeah.
If Alex Boone can't hold it down, it's going to be bad for the whole team because it doesn't matter how good the weapons are if Alex doesn't have time to throw it.
Well, that's the thing. I don't understand. Well, maybe it is preseason and he's not running the wishbone and stuff. He's not having the crackback block then go out for a route. So maybe he's doing that on purpose or something like that. But
Just so he
I
doesn't
think,
show what he's doing.
Yeah, I think they're gonna, especially with Brandon going down. I think they're gonna have the running back stay in there more and try to help. I think they're gonna have Crabtree is probably gonna block a little bit and help.
Yeah, but see, they want to get away from that.
They're gonna have to, man. That's the only way they're gonna stop it.
Well, there's still 3 weeks left.
2 weeks.
2 weeks left.
Season starts in 2 weeks. It went by fast. Season starts in 2 weeks.
Well, 2 weeks with practices, daily practices. I think Boone can come a long way. And not only that, we still have Leonard Davis as a backup if he really starts to stink it up. I mean, he's a Pro Bowler, or used to be a Pro Bowler.
So, since you just came in, this is your first show. Do you have him at like 13? And what did you have him at like
13-3.
Do you have him at 13-3 too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Niner fans.
Why should
They're
I don't get it? Why should
It's
we not think that?
consistent.
Right.
Well, okay. When the regular season, that first Green Bay game will let me know where their defense is at. That first game, very first out the block will let me know.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
It's throwing team, but then at the same time, see, I don't think they're just going to air it out against us because we're going to be controlling the ball, just running it down their throats. The time of possession.
So you're going to play keep away from Aaron Rodgers.
Look, when you got on Alex Smith because of yardage and all
You
this
still got to
garbage,
get first downs to do that though.
he'll get first downs.
Okay.
Especially Jacobs will be back by the first week.
Okay.
But the reason that Alex
he
Smith
looks
and the 49ers,
good, by the way. I was
yardage.
shocked at his speed.
He's dropped 15 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's because he looked faster than I remember.
Yeah, and I mean he was moving, and
I still hate you guys, by the way.
That's fine. That's okay because then it's just gonna love. I'm gonna love it even more when we do win the Super Bowl, and I invite you to the parade in Frisco.
I'll go wearing a Raider
And you
jersey.
can
I might
maybe-
get stabbed, but,
look,
just carry me home.
The reason that no one's even gonna care about you. They're gonna pity you. They're gonna walk by and go, "It's okay, buddy. It's all right. We can't even get mad at you." No, the reason that I don't put anything in the stats or I know the 49ers are going to dictate the way the game is because the same thing last year when you say Alex Smith didn't have the stats, he didn't need the stats because he always worked on a short field with all the takeaways, with the special teams play. They always gave him a short field.
Yeah.
So he's not going to rack up a bunch of yards because he doesn't go on 80-yard drives. He didn't have to. He had 40, 50-yard drives that he would get the ball. The same thing's going to happen against Green Bay. We're going to dictate the style we play, not them.
So that it's going to be interesting to see. I don't think they're going to challenge you. Green Bay is going to challenge you on their defensive side of the ball because they haven't really upgraded or they moved Charles Woodson to safety. Maybe that would
That might be
change.
good. That's good,
but,
actually. Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. So that's it on the Man Cave Sports Show this week. Thank you guys for joining, and thank you, Trish, for
Thank
joining
you.
too.
Welcome to the
So
show.
Thank
welcome
you.
to the show. She'll be here next week and every week after that, right?
Yes.
All right.
And we'll have a format for us, a debate style.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I got an update on the Giants before we go out.
Go ahead.
Top of the 6-0. Giants.
On that note, I'm gonna go cry in the corner.
I'll get him a broom.
I'm gonna go tuck my Dodger jersey away somewhere. All right, you guys have a nice week. Have a nice weekend. Man
Take care.
Cave Sports Show.
Thank you.
TheManCaveMag.com.
Nigga running shit, you knew that from the gang.
Alrighty.
Activist in my double
120.
cup, now